so you just gotta learn to just leave it, you know, behind you and move forward.
Man, you had some really cool stuff there. Guys, I write this one down because you made me think of this here. You know, not every conversation will change someone's life, but every conversation has the chance to change someone's life. And just what you said there, right? You know, where your daughter could call up and say, hey, I love it. I mean, think about that, guys. I mean, that could totally shift an entire day of momentum, right? And some of you guys that might be thinking that this is kind of rah-rah or airy-fairy, think about it. You know, if you're a sports fan, do they talk about momentum in games and that's in series right now? We got a lot of playoffs going on. Do they talk about momentum?
The good and bad.
Good and bad. Momentum is mindset, guys. And what I'm hearing you say is you're being purposeful and you're controlling your mindset.
Exactly. The other thing I think that is different is I started out probably in December or November. We had a conversation, and I said, this has to be my best year ever. I mean, I'm going into it. I'm not going to fail. What do I need to do to get that done? And I knew some of it was hiring an assistant, learning how to work with an assistant because I didn't want to give up power. And then now I'm in the process, and I talk to a lot of successful people in the office about buyer's agents and leveraging some of my time, so I'm in the process of trying to work through that. So I'm hoping, my goal is by the end of this year to have all my systems in place, so next year it'll just be, I'll be able to really focus on my top 20.
Great. So what is that one system that you're focusing on the most, or that you think you've been most purposeful with here today?
I don't know if it's a system or not. It's making sure that I make those calls every day, either calls, letters, and
how many calls do you make or contacts?
you know, I wish I was better. I mean, I'm always trying to strive for 10 to 15. I don't go for the 20, but if I don't get that call in, I'll sit at home like at 9 o'clock at night and I'll write a note to somebody and put it in the mail the next day, because I won't go to bed until I get at least 10. You know, I try to do more. Some days it's better, some days are worse.
That's really cool. I mean, like, so, by the way, I would call that a system. You know,
Okay.
I mean, if you're focusing on X amount of contacts a day, and you're being purposeful with it, I consider it a system. I think that's great too. I mean, that would be the first system I would look at too. We got to get lead generation in our system. We have to get that, is that it's going to lead with revenue, and then that's going to lead us to servicing and maybe we get an assistant as well.
And I've been a lot more purposeful. When I was a new agent years and years ago, I would just want that listing, and I would do anything to get that listing. What I'm finding this year is I won't work, I only work smart. So if I can't get a listing, you know, for 6 to 7%, I would rather be their second agent, because I know from past experience, I'm putting all this time into it, and I'm just not making the money I need to make. Before, even last year, I would take a listing at 5.5%. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, but you know I have the value now, and I don't let people try to talk me out of that.
That's great. So. And you're starting to recognize that opportunity cost as well.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So you know, you talk about some of the systems. You talk about the mindset. What are some of the other activities that you're focusing on? And maybe it's highlighting some of the things we just talked about. But are there any other activities that you're focused on as well?
The biggest change I made is, and I've talked to a couple of people about this, but the book 7 Levels of Communication changed my life. If you haven't read it, you should read it. I try between that and The Millionaire Agent. I've been looking more at The Millionaire Agent for systems and trying to help me through some of that end of it. 7 levels, power notes I send out, and it tells you in the book exactly what the difference of just sending like a thank you card and a power note. Every power note I send, they call me, every single one. And I focus on more relationships now.
So what is it about?
There's different levels of it, but you basically want to tell them why you're glad you're in a relationship with them, compliment them on what you like about their personality, or what you liked about working with them. And at the bottom of it, every single time you want to put PS and give me a call, I want to talk to you about something. Every single time they'll call you. The little things in it is you should use blue ink, you should not type it, you should definitely write it in ink. Different things like that. I don't know if that's a big deal, but I do it and it works. So I've been trying to get in touch with a bank president. I see him at different functions. I've been really trying to work with him. I sent him a power note. He invited me Thursday to a function that I found is costing him, I don't know if it's costing him this much, but the tickets are $200. He invited me as his guest. I wouldn't have got that if I didn't send that power note. And he even said, he's never gotten one of those in like 5 years. I mean, so that is a big deal to people in high places because people just don't relate to them like that. So.
Listen, first of all, we talked about more conceptual stuff, and now you just gave me something that is hard and fast that I can put into my business today.
Yeah, and it works. It works.
I love it. Well, let me ask you something, in closing, if there's any other questions from the audience, and we can kind of field those as well. So if I was looking to go ahead and see the level, I would call it a geometric growth that you've had in your business. I mean, you've had, not only was this your best year, but I mean, I think you're just blowing it out of the water. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Fair.
All right. So if somebody else is looking for that geometric growth, what's the one thing you would share with them to make sure they're focusing on?
I would say your top 10 people, sphere of influence, the people that give you the most business, and take them out to lunch, write them a power note, write them a thank you note, just tell them how much you appreciate them. You'll be surprised, you'll get business out of it, you definitely will. And just do that even if you call a friend a day plus your regular contacts, you'll be surprised, what you get out of it. And I would say that, and I'm looking to, some of the people in the office that I look up to, and because even the big agents, you see them, they have a great year, but then you don't hear from them for 6 months. And then they have, it's a good 6 months and they don't, So I'm really trying to look at the Theobald team and some other teams here in the office that even though they're having great years, they're still connected in the office. They're still trying to help other people. And that's what I want. I don't want to have just a great year. I want to have a long business relationship with a lot of people in here. So.
We do all right?
I think so. Wasn't too bad.
Any questions?
I have one quick one. So you say you're more valuable, you charge that 7% or more.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you more valuable?
I think my confidence level. I can actually feel confident in what I do now. Before, I didn't feel like I had that. I didn't, or maybe I did have it, but I didn't feel it inside. Now that I feel it inside, now that I'm projecting it, people aren't really even giving me too much trouble about it.
How are you confident? Everything you described earlier, or just?
Just the little changes that I've made is my mindset's better. I feel more focused. I feel more centered.
Wow. Thank you.
Can I give you one thought here in passing to go with? If you guys are searching, I don't care what level of production you are or whatever, we'll have bouts with our confidence, right? This world is set up to go ahead and pierce our confidence. And a great way to do that, first of all, is to get into gratitude, get the mindset right. And then once you're into gratitude, then you start getting into action. And now here's the thing that I would write, I would definitely write this down and make this a mantra. Activity breeds confidence. Confidence breeds results. Think about it, guys. If you're selling your house and you had a realtor come in and say, hey, I think we can get it sold for this. And then the next guy walks in like, we can definitely get this thing done for you at this price. Who are you working with? We can definitely get it done. How about you even get the price? We can definitely, I'm 100% confident that we can get this thing done. I'm working with that guy, right? Liz, if some questions bubble up kind of towards the end there, you might kind of hang around afterwards.
No problem.
Awesome. Thank you, Liz.
Thank
Awesome. Mr. Klein, give me the scoop, man. We got a pretty big day coming up on Thursday, and I want to see what's up your sleeve. What do we got going? What's the first of all, what's the goal for Thursday?
Well, the goal for Thursday is to launch the end result of all of our red days to raise $10,000 to help out Habitat for Humanity.
Awesome. So, I got a general idea of what Habitat for Humanity does, but how does that impact, locally? Give us your what is that $10 grand going to do?
Well, and if you were here at a previous meeting, I met with the folks from Habitat for Humanity. I've known them for a couple of years through different organizations I'm involved in. They say there's always lots of people who want to come build stuff. We need people to help us raise the money to buy the stuff, to build the stuff. So that's where we thought we'd focus our efforts this year, is by creating a fundraiser that actually helps them raise the money they need. A lot of times Red Day is that physical part of it. The physical part this year is really building the item that you want to supply or add, and we can explain that more, but what you want to supply to help raise those funds. So that's the physical effort. So our nails won't have dirt under them as much this year, but there's still some physical effort to be put in to really make you feel good about what we're doing for our community. Personal touch for me, it was kind of interesting. A couple years ago, I did help build a house down there, and it turned out to be, and my oldest son helped me with it, and we went down there and ended up being one of his buddies from the wrestling team's house later on. So he actually helped build one of his friend's houses unknowingly. Didn't know who was going to receive the house, and later found out. He went over to his house one time, was like, I think I put your sink in. That kind of thing.
So the properties are very local.
Yeah, in fact, if you take a right at Weiss or Weiss, whichever Brian wants to call it,
Weiss.
and you take a right and you take a left on Connell Parkway and a right on Birdie Hill. They're right there, so they're like 2 miles away at max, I think.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And that's where I think there's 6 more being built there, and they have some other properties too. But there's some like right around the corner, and they're a real good group, and they do really good stuff. And unlike that TV show where they fix up somebody's houses, and a lot of those houses, things kind of fail in the future. They've done some of the history, like a lot of these people end up going bankrupt. They can't afford the house. Habitat for Humanity manages those residents and helps make sure that they're going to keep paying those houses. So they've had a very low, I guess, I don't know if I want to use recidivism, but the house coming back to Habitat for Humanity. So it's they're really good at helping those folks kind of get on their feet and keep moving.
That's awesome, man. So I appreciate that, and kind of give a little bit more insight. It makes me kind of understand about the reason for the season, if you will.
Can I ask him what that is?
What is that?
Okay, I put a bunch of words up here, and you guys know what they may have in common. If I think of something, all those things. I was going to write lovers, but you can love. Any idea?
Spring.
Spring. Well, yeah, Rams are fall.
What's that?
Money.
Draft. You just had the draft. Come
Just
on.
had the draft, that's right.
Yeah, I guess we have that.
They all have to do with
I'm
money.
coaching flag football right now, so it
I
kind of
hate
feels
football,
like.
I wish that we'd get off there.
Love money. Gotta have money.
Time of year.
Hey, we all have favorite sports. To me, Cardinals and baseball's not even a sport. So. All right. What those all things have in common are potential baskets. They're ideas for baskets. There's things I've seen people have made a Cardinals basket, a Blues basket. They've made a basket for lovers. Be cautious with that one. They've made baskets with house cleaning products. I should have put makeup and things that ladies use, all that stuff that fills up my bathroom for my wife. Pest control. I actually
Good
bid
save.
on a wheelbarrow that was filled with pest control and fertilizer and stuff that I wanted at an auction. Sometimes people do lottery tickets, they do liquor, people love liquor. The idea is, our challenge is that we're going to really focus on the baskets, because that might be easier to help people kind of figure out what they're going to do. So the challenge is each team, if you're a mega team, maybe you do a couple baskets, but the focus is for each team to create a basket, a themed basket. The way it works is we take a picture of that basket. So we like those baskets, and all the vendors are we definitely would like baskets from you as well. And the baskets will be basically a Facebook picture, and the bidding are all the comments underneath. And we'll launch it from our KW Facebook page, but then share it on all of our pages. So it's really easy to see how thousands and thousands of people in the area to look at bidding on these items. And I know it works because I was part of one of these type of auctions in the past. So a themed basket is a challenge. Now, what's really cool is, I believe, we'll make it, because realtors aren't competitive, I believe we're going to make a little competition out of this, who raises the most money with this basket as well. You can also do a themed one. I'll share mine. I'm probably putting one together. It's kind of like got a Cottleville theme, so I'm gonna have a bunch of different things about Cottleville in that basket. But you could do something like, you know, wine country or something like that. You know, tag a gift certificate on there.
So does it have to be just baskets, or?
It doesn't have to be, but we would have thought that'd be really easy, so it wouldn't be like a major drain on the brain of what you want to do for this, because some people were challenged with this. I just sent I know Dave Glover, I just sent him an email. Actually, I sent his handler an email. I always got to talk through Max, but to see if he would be willing to throw up an auction for going to lunch with him, because he's got a big fan base in the county, and I thought somebody might think it's really cool to go sit down and go to lunch with the guy. Plus, then I'm thinking he might talk about it on the radio, and all those things are good. So,
but that's awesome, man. So basically, what are we looking at for Thursday? What do we need to do for Thursday?
Thursday, what we challenge you to do is get your team leader together and create a basket. And we'd like them in here Thursday. We want to display them in here. That way, I can also take the pictures of them as well and get the auction launched. Again, there's a contest seeing who raises the most amount of money with their basket. So there'll be a little challenge along with that. How much?
Do we $200 gift card to Sherlock's?
That's a lot of drinking. Oh, wait, you can eat there too. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they have food. It's weird. They should spit the whole thing a bar, right?
Yeah.
But they, so that's something that has been put up as a con. So you might spend $100 on a basket, but win $200 for your efforts. So again, it's for a great cause. When we do the picture, we're going to say, from the Theobald group, or from whatever group puts that in, we're going to make sure we put that, and then a description of what's in your basket, and then the bidding begins, and then you can try to cheer on your own baskets to see if they can raise the most money as well.
So if I hear you right, what we need is by 9 a.m. we're going to do a photo shoot. So have your items here by 9 a.m. on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then I would probably suggest having, write a description about what's in that basket. Or
That
what
would help a
items are.
lot. If you could, in fact, if you could write that up, that'd be great. And if you type it up on a computer, email it to me, so I don't have to retype those notes. That would be even better. Yeah, that would make life much easier for me.
And then what we're going to do as well, so we can really kind of get the theme of the day kind of going, is that at noon we're going to do a lunch and learn in here. That's going to be surrounded around social media, because you can see that we're using the power of social media to go ahead and really be, I couldn't think of a better time to use the viral thing, but I mean, that's what we're looking to do. So we can get this in front of thousands of people. And then when is the auction going to be over?
We plan to do the auction for 3 weeks total.
3 weeks total?
3 weeks total, and then we'll end it, and then collect money. So we basically have 3 weeks, and we figure it'll take a week to collect the money, have people pick up the baskets and stuff like that. I want to give a few teasers about that social media thing. I probably know more about LinkedIn than 99% of the people in the room, and I'm going to share you some of the tips and things that I know about it, help you even create simple things that may help you get leads off of it, help you show up higher in Google searches. The other thing I'm going to show you too, I'm one of the few people that probably have my profile almost to 100% in the KW pages, and I can show you some tricks I've learned to get your profile up there too. That's a real simple thing to do, but it's real tricky. It'll tell you, this is how you put in this particular link, it'll give you an example. The example is completely wrong. So I'll show you what you do to get that fixed. And again, with Facebook, we'll show you a few things. We'll show you how you share these pictures and how you bid on them. So we've got some things I think you'll find valuable outside of the auction for social media that we can help you with too. So.
Awesome. Good. Pretty good
So
stuff.
when do they have to be in there?
9 a.m. Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Hey, well, what about, I got some sports memorabilia.
Can you
Take
shove it in
that,
the basket?
let's put it in a basket.
I mean, I'm just thinking. I mean, that's like the easiest way. I know us guys, we don't know what we do with the baskets. So I'm sure some other people make better looking baskets than me and you just shove a bunch of crap in a basket. But yeah, I mean, that's if it fits in a basket, that's what I would say to do. I mean, everything I'm gathering, I'm just getting a big basket. I'm going to load
Laundry
it.
basket?
Laundry
Well,
basket, that's what I'm saying.
Well, you know what? I'm thinking about doing the garden one too, and just doing like a wheelbarrow filled with stuff that people need for their yards. Put some flowers in it and that kind of stuff. Just to keep them alive for 3 weeks.
Awesome.
Cooler.
So I hope you guys have
Exactly.
I hope you guys have some great ideas with it. Again, the goal is to generate $10,000 for Habitat for Humanity, and that's it. In order to generate $10,000 from an auction, you need to have auction items, right?
Yeah.
So that's where the big opportunity for help comes in. Then we're going to be able to leverage this to get more publicity for you guys and the office and everything that comes with that. And I think it's going to be an awesome opportunity for us to really leverage this thing out.
And And some people asked about my shirt, where I got this. This one, I mean, if you're just looking for other logo material, I just found this on the KW site. It went to the Red Day, and I like it because it didn't really have a date on it, so I bought it last year, so I can kind of wear it every year Red Day comes around. So.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
We need that many baskets. It's $50 a basket.
For those that don't know me, I'm Brian Weiss with Title Partners,
Yep.
along with Bobby and Dawn. We do the House Title Company. Happy to be in this position and doing very, very well. Thanks to everyone. To those that were not in the room last week, if you mark your calendars for May 15th at SCAR at St. Charles Association of Realtors, we are sponsoring the Top Producing Buyers Agents Seminar. It's going to be a 3-panel seminar, one of which is Mark Keller out of your office, also Terry Gumple and Rachel Witt are going to be there giving out advice, maybe a few secrets on attracting buyers. It's a lunch program from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. $10 includes lunch. If you want more information, just ask me or call the SCAR office. They can get you signed up, but definitely mark your calendars. One of the other things that I wanted to talk about just real briefly is an event going on this weekend. It's very important to me to get back to the community. I know John does, and a lot of people in here at Winna actually is one of the sponsors of this event. Caring for a Cause is a 5K run and children's 1 mile run and children's mad dash on Saturday at Frontier Park. All the proceeds benefit local breast cancer programs that help local breast cancer patients. To date, the Karen Weininger Foundation has raised and donated over $300,000, and every dollar has stayed in St. Charles County. So if you or any of your clients are looking for something fun to do on Saturday to help maybe kick off Mother's Day weekend, feel free to bring, like I said, lots of free kids activities. Karen, for those that don't know, the Karen Weininger Foundation was started in 2004 after Karen Weininger, a local mortgage lender, actually was a member of the St. Charles board, lost her battle with breast cancer. She was a grade school and high school classmate of mine and a real lover of the community of St. Charles. So any help we can always get to support that organization and support the community is much appreciated. So like I said, Winna was generous enough and has supported this organization for several years. So, okay. Thank you all very much.
Appreciate it,
What's happening with Delmar Financial? If you guys were here last week, Melissa went over our new May promotion, so we're going to be tracking all the stuff that you guys do every month, and obviously there's more points for closing with Delmar or great photos with Delmar or sending stuff to Title Partners and to Liberty Mutual as well. So if you need to know more information, we have some flyers around the office, or you come in and ask us about them as well. Also, if you have noticed, rates have been doing very well.
I want to know what I get when I win this contest.
I'm sorry, that's a very good point. So the prize is a one-night stay at Lumiere Place, which I hear that they have a very good spa, so a very nice day vacation or weekend vacation, you guys can do that. So that's what the winner gets. But rates have been doing very well the last couple weeks. They hit historic lows last week and then kind of bounced back up a little bit today. So they're right around 3.5, 3.375. So still, if you haven't refinanced, please do. Good time to buy for your customers as well.
Free money.
Awesome.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Liberty Mutual 11.
Right.
The homeless one.
Yeah. Hey, I'll find a space. Yeah, I'll figure it out. But kind of to kind off what you were saying, Liz, as far as a true partnership with people, as far as building rapport relationships. That's what we've been successful with a lot of the agents in the office. The prime example is Stephanie Piable and her team. We have designed an actual insurance plan for buyers. It's not just, hey, here's Brent, call Brent. I mean, we actually have a systematic plan in place, like a 5-6 step plan that if you're willing to sit down, I'd be more than happy to share it with you. But it's very effective. It takes that off of her plate, and it really creates, that's what you're looking for, is a step of communication. So, I mean, we truly do have a true partnership with a lot of the agents in here, and we'd love to share that with you as well. So I'm temporarily over there. Well, once they build that up, we're going to figure out what we're going to do. But my cell phone, cards are everywhere. If you guys ever need anything, have any questions, let me know. or if you'd like to sit down and go over that process that we designed to help that Stephanie's book of business, let me know. We'll be more than happy to share it.
I'm going to highlight a couple events that are coming up, then I'm going to hand the floor over to Sally Emerald. She's going to share with you a few things that she can do to help you create more business and take care of the business that you currently have. And Sally, is there something out there too?
Yes.
So you might have some lunch too?
Yes.
Very cool stuff. I like it. So come on up here real quick, Sally. And as you're doing that, a couple things that I would highlight for you. Obviously, tomorrow, our Thursday, is our big Red Day push. I'm really excited about this program here that we can go ahead and do a lot of great things in the community, all the while spreading a lot of goodwill out there as well through that social media. And for those of us that are not social media savvy, this is a perfect opportunity to introduce yourself to that kind of stuff. And those of us that are, now you get to go ahead and unleash the power of your social media tools. Great question. I apologize if I didn't say it. The lunch and learn is going to be at noon.
Yeah, noon. I just thought about that. Because that's a dentist thing, so hopefully I can talk, otherwise I'll have to talk anymore.
All right, well, I'll get that for you. So basically it'll be at noon. And then the other thing that I'd be highlighting on your calendar there is the Ignite launch. I believe that's May 17th from 9 to noon, right where you're sitting there. We're going to share all the ideas and strategies that help you explode into the spring market. And just by implementing those tools, it's proven success excludes and so is failure. You'll attract 16 transactions over the next 12 months just by putting those ideas in play. Sally, what I'd like to do, I'll give you a quick 30-second infomercial, and I know that they might want to take a break, so
Absolutely.
they can grab the food, and then after they grab the food, come on back in, and you can kind of give them the details, right?
Okay, yes. And I'm Sally Emerald with 210 Home Buyers Warranty, so I recognize several of you, but I see some newer faces in the audience. And we are a preferred vendor with your office, as well as a National Alliance partner with Keller Williams International. So we have a brand new contract to go over, some exciting new things that we've changed on there. And if you guys want to get lunch, then I'll kind of highlight some of the things that we've changed and why we've made these changes. So I've got sandwiches from Menino's, some chips, dessert. I didn't make it, I wanted to make homemade cookies, but I didn't get around.
Sally knows how to bring it, she brought it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and let you guys break, and then no later than quarter after, Sally will start rocking into it. But go ahead and grab the and get back in here as soon as possible. Thanks, Steve. There we go.
Mike, nice to meet you. Oh, wow. Oh, good for you. Thank you. Now, are you?
It's so much work to get done. I don't know how I'm gonna fit it all in.
Okay.
I think I should go to the doctor at like 12:30. She's still sick.
Oh, you
Well, no, but she has to do shots, but she couldn't get her shots when she was sick. So she's like, well, I have to keep your appointment Monday because I'm going out of town. I'm like, you spend more time out of town than you do in the office.
Before me. Exactly. That's when you know it's time to switch.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody to, yes.
What do you do for your basket then, Wendy?
Yeah.
Oh, you probably do.
Right, you right. 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 No, I don't hear right. Thanks, John. Thank you guys. And, oh, the lady with
Was that I'm
I was sick like Tuesday with, I was this morning. I got your email last night. I was like, I want to. What's that on? Oh, I would love to have heard it.
You know where the Robert got to go?
Video.
Yeah. The hotel, there's a Sheraton Hotel.
Okay.
Right in front of it.
Okay.
And there's condominiums on 4 floors.
Listen, you can start saying at 3 o'clock, right? Is that okay? Okay. That's good. Okay. Oh, okay. The painting on the
exterior
Yeah.
zip?
Oh, yeah, oh, I know exactly where you are.
Okay, well, maybe like Wednesday, we'll catch up, or tomorrow, I'm not using it.
Divided by 7.
I just want to, I like to figure out how deep, I like to know.
Oh, well, that's only our percentage. That's only 25.
I upset, I have trouble with that. Most people
Install
have
2
age,
new.
they're